So our plan is we are going to immediately go dead weight.
Just
You are going to have to try.
And you
I don't
think
know if you specifically remember the specific episode, but when Goku was fighting Jace, the red guy from the Ginyu Force,
yeah,
and Berter, the purple super
yeah,
fast
yeah,
guy.
yeah. I know
So
who
if you
the
remember,
way they did it.
they were flying back.
If I find it, I'll send it to you because it was dope. They literally like shared hands and they was like, and then
Like I started it like 2 years ago.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
A lot of episodes.
You haven't even finished like half of the show.
Do you think Naruto's more? Hey there, everybody. This is the Pensive Brothers podcast. This is Aaron.
This is Elliot.
Hope all you guys out there are having a fantastical day. This is our pilot on potentially not doing this in the same room.
I know, it's weird.
I know.
Like the energy is different when we're not in the same room. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I know. I look forward to yelling at you.
Rude. I don't want to be yelled at. I want to be, you know.
Okay.
We're just gonna leave that one right there.
Oh my gosh. So I got a couple random things that I'm gonna throw at you. Okay.
Okay.
So literally nothing is gonna be on topic today.
Oh wait, it's an off topic day, huh?
Yeah, literally, we're just gonna.
I'm good with
shoot
that.
The you know what?
It's a Friday. We can work with that.
So, first thing I wanted to ask you about. Okay. So we were talking earlier about potentially going on vacations, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the comment that you made is, when you're going through reputable travel agencies, for example, they at least you're not going to get kidnapped randomly.
Yeah, theoretically, you know.
Theoretically, hopefully, right? Prayerfully. So now, Halia and I have discussions regularly about what we would do if somebody ever tried to kidnap us, right? I'm talking like sell you off into slavery, Saudi Arabian billionaires, like sex ring type sell you off.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if you and your wife have a contingency plan for this.
I mean,
and actually, I need to come up with it. The name for it. I need to come up with the name for it.
Okay. I was about to say, wait, if y'all talk about this, you should have a plan already.
No, we do have a plan.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Okay. So what's the plan?
Let me tell you what the plan is.
Okay.
So our plan is we are going to immediately go dead weight. You are going to have to try super hard. You are going to earn this sale.
It's going to be a workout, huh?
Yes. Like I'm talking.
No, you didn't say earn this sale.
I'm not playing. I'm trying to blow out somebody's ACL. I'm not playing. I'm going complete dead weight straight to the ground, right? And it's gonna be like I'm not even gonna go there because it's too hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be really bad.
Okay.
And I want them to literally have to be like, man, you know what?
You want them to have to drag you.
No, I want them to be so burdened with my weight that they're like, you know what, this one isn't worth it. Let's just go kidnap somebody else.
Listen, you trying to lose too much weight for that. You gotta leave some pounds on, or it's not gonna be an effective strategy.
I know that's what goes to the second part of the plan. The second part of the plan is for us to hold hands and start talking, because I feel like that's gonna throw them off.
How?
So, okay, imagine if you and Justice walked up to me and Halia, right?
Yeah.
Now, and not in a like actually kidnapping us, but y'all's objective is to grab us and put us in a van, no matter what the stakes are. Right? And if me and Halia hold hands and fall to the floor and start talking, tell me how you're gonna get us
talking about what though? That's the question. Like,
no, about anything. Okay, Halia, we're gonna fall now. Okay, now we're on the ground. How's it feel? I don't know. It kind of hurt when I fell. I hit my knee. Oh, that's great. Wouldn't you be like, what is happening? I mean, telling me that wouldn't distract you?
Okay, but the problem is, you would be very confused, but you don't know if you're gonna have confused but angry kidnappers or confused but laughing kidnappers, because they might just be cackling while they throwing you in the van the whole time.
No,
be like, this is the funniest kidnapping I've ever committed.
My assumption is the kidnappers that are gonna come for me and Halia are going to be the type of people that are gonna stop and say, you know, what are they doing?
This is a very specific assumption.
Yeah. And if they're not, we're screwed.
Yeah, like, okay. All right. As long as you know, I mean, you're going to give it your best shot. After that.
The kidnappers that pull out a gun and they're like pointing it at you and they're like, hey,
get up.
Either you get in the van or we use this on her.
You probably
get a totally different scenario.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, Yeah, I mean, listen, don't you know? Sometimes you can't be a hero. You just like, well, we try, honey. Come on, let's get in the van.
Yeah, let's go. So,
oh my gosh.
All right. Yeah, you guys should come up with a contingency plan.
I'll have to think on that. I'll have to think on that.
Now, also, do you and your wife have a handshake?
Do we have a handshake?
Yeah, like no. LeBron and his wife.
No, we definitely do not have a handshake.
Me and Hilaire well, I already made it in my head, but we're gonna have a handshake today.
Wait. How you gonna just make the handshake up and not include her in the creation process?
No, she can change it if she wants to change it a little bit. But we talked about this like a couple of months ago. But I want to make a handshake that I do with her in public, so that people know we're kind of cooler than them.
I don't think that's how that works. I feel like handshakes are corny, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, but it's kind of hot when you and your wife do it.
Is it?
It is. It will be when we do it.
Oh, I mean, listen, whatever floats your boat, I guess. I'm not into the whole secret handshake thing. Like, I never.
No, it's gonna be.
I think it's cool. Awesome. Like, there was a dude I watched a bunch. So I shouldn't say a bunch because it was like 5. But I watched some TikToks of this dude and his friend just make up handshakes. So they had all of these like themed handshakes where like there was one that was like a Naruto themed handshake where they like dap up and then they do like all the signs to cast a jutsu with each other's hands and then they finish the dap up.
Wait.
Yes, bro.
How?
It's so I don't know, but it was dope. It was dope the way they did it.
It was. How did?
If I find it, I'll send it to you because it was dope. They literally like shared hands and they was like and then finished the dap out. So listen,
they were doing it with each other's hands.
Yes, with each other's hands. They just did their half of the hand sign.
Do you know? Okay, I didn't finish Naruto. Naruto is actually pretty good.
It is.
Haven't finished it.
When you say you haven't finished, do you mean you haven't finished Naruto, or do you mean you haven't started Shippuden?
No, I haven't finished Naruto. Like I started it like 2 years ago.
You don't even know. You don't even know. A
lot of episodes.
You haven't even finished like half of the show.
Do you think Naruto is more popular than Dragon Ball Z? What do you think? Somebody said that to me the other day. I don't know.
Honestly, it is more popular than Dragon Ball Z. Let me tell you why. Yeah, because Dragon Ball Z is popular for a very specific segment of people, and they're almost all male. Naruto is popular with males and females, and I think it's a much wider like fan base because there were people who like just simped for Sasuke, which is really dumb. But we don't have to go into all of that. Honestly, like, I think the way that Sasuke gets redeemed at the end, which character?
No, which show? Dragon Ball Z or Naruto?
Oh man, that's hard. I like them both for different reasons. I guess if I had to say, it would probably be Naruto. But it's specifically because because Naruto technically has a better story. Like, there's real character development. Where I don't think Dragon Ball Z has a lot of real character development. Like, they tell you that the characters develop and like people do stuff that's slightly different than what they did before, but the only real characters that grow in Dragon Ball Z are all villains. Like, think about all the hero characters. Like, they almost never have story arcs. Gohan is like a notable exception. Maybe Trunks is a notable exception.
Yeah.
And I haven't finished.
Gohan saved the world too hard after the Cell Saga because he got kind of weak after that for a while.
Well, the problem is he gets weak, and then he's like, I'm going to power up. And then he gets strong and still loses.
Yeah.
And then we go right back. It's the same thing that Trunks does. That's why I say the only people who really have the only character.
Trunks. Yeah, because I like Trunks, but Trunks used to like annoy me a little bit.
Bro, because he always comes in and he gets whopped. He just gets smacked around.
He was strong in the beginning.
Yeah, and then he loses.
Like when he first showed up and he killed Frieza and all of them.
Which, by the way,
look at this Trunks guy.
What a flex! What a flex! Right. You just show up and you murder the biggest, baddest guy around, like zero effort. Like, bro, if you don't get this insect out of my face, I got bigger fish to fry. Okay, we got a real threat on the way.
My man came to tell y'all about the androids. We don't have time for cyborg Frieza.
Like,
and I mean, like, he bodied them.
It was so disrespectful the way he did it, though. It was so disrespectful.
But it's kind of awesome.
It is. Okay. It was probably one of the best season openers in Dragon Ball Z.
So let's talk about like the best moments of Dragon Ball Z for a second.
Okay.
One of my favorites was when Vegeta went Super Saiyan the first time in front of Android 19.
That was dope.
Destroyed him.
Yes.
Remember, he was like, do robots such as yourself ever experience fear? And the little piano thing comes in.
Yes. Listen, that theme song, because I feel like that theme song played throughout that whole season. Every time they started it, I just got chills. I got tingles. So I'm like, oh snap! Yeah. It's about to be a dope fight.
Honestly, when Vegeta beat Pui Pui in the in Majin Buu,
yes, in the Majin Saga, when they were in the tournament, yes,
and they were like, oh no, he's one of the greatest warriors in the universe. That's what Supreme Kai kept saying, and he said, hey, Vegeta's got this.
And he was just like, no, I'm gonna just blow myself up. Don't worry about it. I got it.
And basically every fight Goku had on Namek.
Because
remember when he showed up and beat the Ginyu Force? And,
yes,
with
because
no problem?
There was nothing. I hated that whole season because listen. Okay, I hate the whole season except for the end.
No. I know
because you spend 3/4 of the season watching Goku sleep in that tank while everybody else is getting mollywopped randomly.
And then he gets out.
And
then he's just
it's like 3 episodes, boom, 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 and then he beats Frieza, and the whole planet explodes. And
I don't know if you specifically remember the specific episode, but when Goku was fighting Jace, the red guy from the Ginyu Force, and Berter, the purple super fast guy.
I know.
So if you remember, they were flying back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And if you guys at home, if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z, you probably know what I'm talking about. This specific part is like the funniest part of the whole series, where Jace gets all super angry and he flies back and forth, and he stops right in front of Goku and starts like threatening him. And while he's talking, Goku punches him directly in the nose.
Yes, and
he starts crying.
And the freeze frame on his face after he gets punched is got to be one of the best things ever, bro.
And then he says, "How dare you?" And Goku's like, "What?"
Like, what did you expect to happen? Like,
are we fighting?
Isn't this not a fight? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, those are like some of my favorites.
Listen, he was feeling that Tekashi 6ix9ine energy.
Yeah.
Did you
see
one
thing that I do? Oh yeah, I know you're going with that. But before we get we'll talk about Tekashi in a second. Okay. One thing that I like to do is watch the boss fights. If you go on YouTube, they have like the full Goku versus Frieza fight.
Oh yeah. Where they clip out all of the nonsense that's going on, so you can just watch the fight.
And the Cell fight and the Buu fight, like they'll clip the full fight. So one thing I like to do on the elliptical sometimes is I'll watch the whole
fight. Recently. Yeah,
I watched the Goku versus Frieza fight.
That's dope.
And I forgot how nuts it was. But anyway, Tekashi, go ahead.
Before we go to Tekashi, are you aware that there are multiple shows that are like re-edited on YouTube?
Multiple shows
where they like cut out the like a lot of the fluff and dead air where nothing is really happening. And you're just like looking at scenes. There are a couple of movies where they just cut out a whole lot of the movie and re-edit it so you can watch the movie in like 30 minutes and you still get the whole movie. I probably should learn how to edit good enough to do that because there's some really good movies and shows that I just can't stand all of the filler. But anyway.
Well,
so I saw that Tekashi apparently got jumped in a LA Fitness, bro.
I did see that, and it wasn't good.
Nah.
We're not winning with the Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Listen,
he's tired of winning.
The real problem that I have with the Tekashi 6ix9ine, bro, is like when you were that belligerent all the time and like everybody like you are now the face of snitching. Like, bro, go live in a white neighborhood. Like, you're done. You're done in the hip hop game. You're done, And
he's still rich.
This man got money.
Go away.
Nah, just go away.
And continue making your horrible music.
He should go.
Tekashi 6ix9ine has one song that is almost passable. The rest of his music is horrible. Like he had that song with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure we're thinking of the same song.
No. That's not the good song. The one good song he has is I think it's called Toddy.
I don't even know what song you talking about. I'm thinking of Gumbo. I don't know. I can't never remember what this man's songs are called anyway because they're not good. So
yeah, and all his songs are named so stupid.
I agree. But hey,
like
listen.
His song Toddy is Tati. That's how the word is spelled. Mm-hmm. That's the name of the song. That's the one song of his that I like.
I have to listen to it because I don't think I've heard this one.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. Like you don't know what he's talking about, and half of the song he sounds like he's just spitting. But
that sounds nice. that sounds like a Tekashi 6ix9ine song. So it's pretty par for the course.
The beat's nice.
Hey. That was his one. To me, that was his real claim to fame. Is his producers was always on point. But I feel like there's a lot of rappers who are like that, where like they don't really have skill for real. Designer.
My personal opinion, Young Thug.
I'm gonna be honest. Young Thug should have been a ghostwriter. He should have been the guy that did all of the.
Yeah, because his rap voice is horrible. He sounds like
I don't even think
those alien skinny things in Men in Black 1.
You're talking about the Slim Jim Roach people. He looked like it too, but
that's not very nice.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. But my point, horrible. Yeah, I mean, kinda, but like your rap voice can be your rap voice. Like a lot of people have terrible rap voices, but they make it work. Because Eazy-E's voice was trash too, and
a little nasally, right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, I think back then it was more about the bars, where you got people like now, like Designer.
Why are you lying right now?
Back then, yeah.
Why are you lying? No, the bars was horrible.
Eazy-E, no, sir.
Stop the cap, bro.
Okay, one day you and I are gonna.
Yes, one day we'll have to do a bar review. Yes,
yeah, a bar review.
Yes,
yeah.
we will do a bar review
because the Bar Association of Virginia.
That's right. That's right.
Disbar them.
That's right. We gonna call it. I don't know. I have to come up with a name.
That NWA's bars were not good.
No, wait a minute. I didn't say NWA at all. I said
Eazy-E was in NWA.
Yeah. And he was in the group, but his bars in particular were not very good. A lot of times. His bars were just like okay.
Black community, I am not saying this.
Listen, okay.
So if y'all are gonna cancel,
it's a hot take. What do you want? Okay, what do you want from me? Ice Cube was still the best part of NWA, and I still hold that opinion. And supposedly he wrote most of the bars anyway. So I mean,
Ice Cube's pretty dope.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he has some of the best movies. I actually don't think people give Ice Cube enough credit for like how good his movies actually were, because like
that's how I feel about what's the dude that was the older brother in Smart Guy. He was the voice.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him recently.
He's the voice of Simba in Lion King. He was the voice of Michael Jackson as a kid in the old Michael Jackson movies.
Wait a minute.
Like
he was what?
You remember the Lion King from when we were kids?
Yeah, I know.
Not the talking Simba. Of course not. But the singing was him.
What?
The older brother from Smart Guy, yes.
I'm looking this up because I don't believe you. What? Oh, you're right. Matthew Broderick.
I know I'm right.
Shut up.
Matthew, yes, him.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That apparently can sing.
I don't think he gets the flowers he deserves.
He definitely don't, because I didn't know he was Kid Simba.
He was a great actor. He's a great singer. He actually has music that he dropped too. It's kind of like
is it like R&B?
That's the voice of Oscar Proud, the comedian.
Yeah.
He's also a singer too, but he was on In Living Color and all that.
Yeah, Michael Davison, I think is his name. I feel like
I don't know if it's Michael, but
yeah,
Davidson
it's a
right.
Davidson. Philip, Kevin, something Davidson.
Tommy Davidson.
There it is. He sings too.
He has a couple songs he put out back in the day. So
I didn't know
like
that.
You got guys like that, right? That are like really, really talented. That's not just he's an actor or he's a comedian and he's really good at that.
No.
But like they're multi-talented. Like Jamie Foxx, the king of that.
Here's the funny thing, okay? You will find, and I've actually noticed this especially on like TikTok, it's a whole bunch of dudes that are like specific triple threats. They're usually funny, they're good at acting, and they can either rap or sing.
No, I'm just kidding. You said
that's racist. Okay, I'm sending you right to the gulag. Get over there to the Republican Party where you belong. Go on Fox News. Get on.
No. Well, I don't know, because if we're gonna just be conservatives, we could just go to MSNBC.
I mean, apparently,
or you could their lineup is people that supported the Iraq War and are Republicans.
I mean, listen, according to them, they always knew the Iraq War wasn't real, because they're just pretending now that they didn't wholeheartedly. The crazy thing to me is like they're pretending that they weren't wholeheartedly cheerleading for the Iraq War while currently wholeheartedly cheerleading for the Ukrainian war, and I don't get it. I don't understand how you can make the same mistake twice on purpose at the same time. I don't get it.
I feel like we are a little all over the place, and I hope that everyone out there understands.
This is how it goes.
So, all right. So since we're going Ukraine and everything, let me ask you.
Started it. I won't even gonna talk about it.
Let me ask you. So with Ukraine, what do you think? Do you think that we should still be funding them?
Okay. Here is the real problem. We can fund them. I don't think funding them is wrong. I think the part that is wrong is our wholehearted commitment to not allowing the war to end. So something that really bothers me is China is obliterating our hegemony or our leadership or whatever you want to call it, like on the world stage. So time after time after time after time after time, because our country is not run by people who actually like other human beings. It seems to be run by crazy sociopaths who only love their own money and their own voices. So like that we lost to China when it came to actually trying to assist Africa. We're still losing to them in that regard. The reporter that's in the presidential what do you call it? In the reporting group, what do you call it? The media room or whatever. Yeah, the press corps. Thank you. So the reporter from African News, and I guess
I saw that. Yep. He got shouted down.
Yeah, and he's not getting allowed to ask questions, and like he's not being supported by the other people in the press corps, which is crazy and unprecedented. Because usually, if you're in the press corps, the whole thing is everybody has questions to be answered, and whatever is said, it's all news. So
the problem about what you're talking about is that was a time when the press corps was there for the purpose of the press, to hold them accountable, to ask the tough questions,
and not to make money,
be in their face.
Yeah.
But now, as you probably know, the point of the press now is to basically keep the access. So you keep having Biden administration, Trump administration, Clinton administration, Obama administration people coming on your network.
Yeah.
And if you ask questions they don't like, either A, the people in the White House are going to ask the media company to send somebody else. B, you get moved to the back of the press room. Or C, you're not going to get to ask a question.
Yeah.
And the closer up to the podium you are, the more likely you're going to get the question, the more likely you're, and they'll move you.
Yeah. And so, it's not, and apparently.
And so that access journalism is like, it's such a dangerous part of the fact that our country, people don't know what's going on.
Well, and I don't think that's necessarily on accident either. But like,
of course it isn't.
Yeah, but back to my point. So China's killing us on the Africa thing. They have dumped a ton of money into just doing really basic stuff in Africa that we can't seem to do in this country. But don't worry, that's neither here nor there. Like they've supported a bunch of schools. They've helped them reconfigure a bunch of their imports and exports. They have taken a bunch of people from Africa and brought them to China to get educated, to get degrees in like medicine and law and other things, and sent them back to Africa, now speaking Chinese and having Chinese education. And on top of that, they are making all of these alliances with all the countries that we just can't be bothered to help or deal with. So India, Brazil, a lot of those South American countries that we proceeded to jack up by going in and basically banana republicing all over their democracies. Like, they have just, at every turn, they're picking away at our ability to actually influence the rest of the world. And I feel like what's going to happen is we're still going to have the most guns and the largest military, but eventually everybody's going to be like, well, listen, y'all ain't done nothing for the rest of the world in the last 20 years. World War II was a long time ago. Like, China's the only one actually looking to be involved in helping other people get what they need. So y'all got to get out the way. And it's happening again with this Ukraine stuff. China is like, no, let's put a ceasefire together. Let's try and get a peace talk going. And the U.S. is like, no, we don't want a peace talk that comes from China. Like, we don't want to end the war too early. And in my mind, what the heck does that mean? End the war too early? We want the war to end right now.
No. We don't. Because unfortunately,
you
country,
do.
And you know how I feel. Yeah. You know, my main thing always is the money. So
always comes
the reason why the politicians in America are not trying to run to Russia and say, yo, cut it out. We need to come to the table. Hey, Ukraine, come to the table. Hey, Russia, come to the table. It's because who's getting rich? True. The defense contractors. They're selling all type of everything to Ukraine.
Yeah.
And the thing is, now Ukraine, you probably saw, is like, oh, we need fighter jets and we need this, and this so that we can re-annex and take back Crimea. So, Russia took Crimea. They annexed Crimea when Obama was president.
Yeah.
And basically, Obama was just like, look, we don't want World War III, so we're just going to let them do it. Well, at this point, this is no longer, we got to get Russia out of Ukraine.
Nah, it's like the opposite. It's like,
hey,
we're going to do everything we can.
We ain't forgot about what y'all did a couple years ago. So we're going to go ahead and not just do defense. We're going to do offense because America is basically our backstop. Now, part of me is like, I get it, right? Like, I get that that thought process, because if that was us and we were attacked, we would be trying to do the same thing.
True.
But at the same time, they are not funding that.
Right.
We are.
And
so at the same time that the American government is telling us, yo, you guys, the Republicans are waging this lawsuit because the student loan servicer companies are being burdened and hurt because you poor peasants want some student debt forgiveness.
Not you peasants.
I mean, they told us we can't even afford to have health care. I mean, what happened to Joe Biden single-handedly obliterated Medicare for all, put it back into the wilderness when Bernie dragged it into the light.
I mean,
and then what happened? It's gone. The public option is gone. All of it. But remember, he had the thing called the quote Biden initiative that he's going to do. He's going to add it to Obamacare, which is going to basically assist Obamacare, make it stronger, and all these other things, including a public. Yeah, I know. I knew that he takes money from health insurance companies like the rest of them. I knew it wasn't going to happen
because he was only ever. And this is actually a really huge problem. A lot of times, and what I've noticed is a lot of these people who are running, they have these plans, but a lot of these proposals always have either poison pills in them, or they specifically are geared so that they can go to somebody and be like, "Hey, don't vote for this," and then they'll be like, "Oh well, guys, we couldn't get it passed. We tried. We did our best." Shucks,
I think a lot of those people are in the race in 2020 not to defeat Trump, but to defeat Bernie.
Yeah,
like I really feel that way. And I think like Bloomberg is the perfect example. I don't think Bloomberg believed he could beat Trump or was going to win the primary.
Nah.
I think he just jumped in because Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders had too much support.
And he was trying to split off.
He's trying to dilute. Yeah. If I can get, you remember how much money he spent like $800 million.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money.
Crazy
for like 2% of the vote, which was crazy.
The only thing that made that better was one, him getting obliterated at that first debate, and two,
he did get
Donald Trump's tweets about how much money he spent and how he
already bought Bloomberg. I was like, bro, that's savage.
Like, so, but anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of us getting too political today, we'll get back to politics next week.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get back to Dragon Ball Z. More serious matters.
So, anyway. I had one more topic I wanted to kind of dive into a little bit, but I forgot what it was. So, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect hot dog / hamburger toppings. Go.
Ketchup and barbecue sauce, or actually, it's different. So for hot dogs, it's ketchup and sriracha. For burgers, it's ketchup and barbecue sauce, or ketchup, barbecue sauce, and sriracha.
Wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong, but you tell me yours, and we'll see if we can agree to
Me
disagree.
Personally, I have two types of hot dogs that I like. Pause. So, I really like a hot dog with nothing on it but ketchup. Pause. But like, if I'm not,
you're not gonna keep saying pause, babe.
All right. If I'm not having that, then I would prefer the fully loaded. Like, I want ketchup, mustard, coleslaw, relish, and chili. Delicious. That's like I get that from Dad.
That sounds awful.
If you have chili, I personally wouldn't want chili on a hot dog that doesn't have coleslaw.
Mm-hmm.
But ketchup, mustard, and relish, those are fine always. But like sometimes I don't want mustard. Sometimes I would just want straight mustard, hot dog, bun, relish, ketchup. It's delicious. I love it.
Disgusting.
You put sriracha on a hot dog.
I don't want to hear you.
No. I'm not tripping off the spice, but
sriracha. No. Don't turn your nose up at it till you try it. I know what relish and mustard taste like. I think they're gross. That's why I can say that.
Thousand Island.
No, ew.
And
we had a whole. That was like our whole first episode about how Thousand Island was the original pink sauce. You forgot?
I do remember that.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
It's my favorite salad dressing.
I do remember you saying that, and it was gross.
I like dipping French fries in it too.
That's
anyway
worse, actually, not better.
Now for burger. Me personally, perfect burger. You're gonna have cheese, mayo, lettuce, and tomato. I prefer grilled onion. But I'll go for the regular onion too. But I would prefer grilled onion. If we're saying perfect, I'm going grilled. And then I personally can live without the pickle.
You can live without the pickle on the burger.
Yeah, I don't mind it though. I like.
You're not gonna bubble bass it, huh? You're not just gonna hide the
pickles under
your tongue.
Nah, but all right. Are you still onion rings over fries or fries over onion rings?
I am definitely still an onion ring over fries guy. Now,
really?
Yes. Here's a question though. I do not like a lot of potato. So like I only like specific kinds of fries. Do you like steak fries?
I love steak fries.
I don't like steak fries because it's too much potato.
You're tripping. But go ahead.
But it's the same reason I don't like tater tots. Like there's just too much potato.
The thing with tater tots do to me what you said those Whopper candies did to you.
Where you ate too many of them and like you
yeah,
just
when I
got
was in
sick
college, like they would serve a breakfast potato every day.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was always a different potato. Okay, so sometimes you'd have those ones that are like cooked in a skillet, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'd have the fried little square shaped ones.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like we'd have different ones. Sometimes you have what was like
you'd have shredded
scallop
you'd
potatoes.
Yes,
like
you'd have scallops. You'd have shredded. You'd have.
But for whatever reason, they would have about 6 or 7 or 8 different versions of that.
And one of them was tater tots.
Weekly, you would have tater tots at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 times a week. It was like they would run out of the other kinds.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. They probably had lots of tater tots.
At a certain point, I was like, I can't eat those. Like when I'd see them, I'd be like, I just had these. I can't eat that.
I can't blame you. I can't eat pickles now from working at Firehouse.
You're tripping.
Nah, bro.
The pickles at Firehouse are fire.
It's not about whether they were good or not. Like, I ate pickles before I worked at Firehouse, and then after working there for so long, the smell of pickles just turns my stomach. Like, I can't.
And we definitely had a lot of pickles. We
did.
Yeah.
Why you keep saying pause? Why is everything?
Because I'm not gonna be sitting here saying we had a lot of pickles. I would love to have a hot dog.
You didn't say cucumber. You said pickles. A pickle is usually like chopped up.
Pause.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
All right. So, Firehouse. Yeah, Firehouse is good times, but that's why I don't eat a lot of subs anymore.
Let's take a detour there real quick. Like, I don't eat at Firehouse anymore.
Me either. I haven't had it in years.
Why don't you eat there anymore?
I'm scared they're not gonna make the sub.
Okay, it's not just me, bro. Because I would be so mad if I go there and they make me a sandwich and the junk is soggy because they didn't drain the meat properly. Yeah. Or like
they got pickle juice all over the
plate. Yeah, or now they got
shake it off in the pickle thing.
Their gloves is dirty and they touching my breast, so now it's like little speckles of like all the stuff off the condiment table. Like that junk would just it would get to me. I would not be able to eat my sandwich and enjoy it. I would just be mad. I'd be like, change your gloves before you touch my food.
I was very particular when I was at Firehouse when I ate my food.
Yeah, I was too. It got to be just so.
I gotta hit you. Okay, we're gonna go top. Let's say 3 sandwiches that you like to make for yourself. Okay. So one of the ones I really liked, and I had a lot that I like to make.
Listen, I had Fat Boy sandwiches, so.
No, you remember what was his name? Brandon.
Yes, I do remember Brandon.
No, nobody had Fat Boy sandwiches like him.
You're right. Because that man was like triple meat, double cheese. Yeah. Let me put some.
He would make a meat. And one time he had a medium sub with double meat, large Italian on it.
That's crazy.
The large though. So then he also put 4 ounces of steak on it.
That's disgusting.
Double toasted, so the bread is a little smaller. And then he had like all the, it was fully loaded, and then it had like the jalapenos and banana peppers and or
just
whatever.
Just everything.
Like, how do you eat that? So you gotta eat
sloppily.
That with 2 hands, like just straight in.
Yeah, it's like a trough of food. That does not sound appetizing. All right,
so a couple of things that I like.
All right.
I really liked the Italian, but I didn't like ham like that. If you remember,
I vaguely remember because they had like honey ham. It was like sweet.
Yeah, and the ham was good. Yeah, but I personally am just not into ham.
You're not a fan of ham, huh?
I eat it a little more now because Halia liked ham, but I would use turkey instead. I remember the first time I tried it because I really liked Firehouse's turkey.
I remember you telling me to try turkey because you were like, "No, it's better with turkey on it." I remember you saying that.
It's actually really good. And so I really liked, and then you remember when I started putting the vegetables in the steamer?
I do remember you doing that.
So I would steam the bell peppers.
Yes, I do remember you doing that.
And the tomatoes. And it would be like cooked, straight fire, delicious. If you ever go to Firehouse and you're looking for something random that's on the menu, that's not on the menu, ask them to put bell peppers, tomatoes, and onions on your meat and put the cheese on it in the steamer. It's going to come out nice and cooked.
Okay, but the problem is you are going to have all these people making all of them steamers disgusting because it's going to have all them extra juices inside the steamer.
They need to clean them. We did.
I mean, they probably do need to clean them. If I'm honest, like we instituted like all of these additional cleanings and all of these additional like rotating the steamer and all of this stuff. Because like
that was my idea.
First of all,
I came up with that.
First of all, I was
rotating
doing
the steamers was my idea.
Okay,
we are not about to share that.
That's rude. We came up with that idea.
No.
Yeah. It was a joint effort. It was a team. It was a team experience right there.
Okay.
No, you're not gonna let me have any credit.
No, I'm not. I remember taking that to I can't even remember the dude's name. The dude that was over at Jess Club.
Yeah, the ball dude. I can't remember. Was his name Thomas?
Yes, that was his name. Yes,
we just doxing this man.
Yeah, I know we really are. But no, man, I loved that job back in the day. I used to like that Italian with turkey.
It was a fun job.
It was, and
I had a good time.
I remember what's his name? CJ. You remember CJ?
I do remember CJ. CJ was bro. CJ was a character. CJ was one of those people that I really liked working with, not because he was a very good employee, but because he had like a really good attitude. Like, it's some people that I like working with, not because they're good at their job particularly. Because CJ would be doing stuff, I'd be like, bro, can you just can you just wash the dishes, bro? Why are you doing all this extra stuff? Just wash the dishes.
When he's like, I don't mess with the register anymore.
I do remember that. Yeah. He was like, nah, bro, I don't check. I'll make the food though. I'll make the food. Yeah. Can you ring them up? And I'm like, what? You've been here like so long.
Business though.
Listen, but he was good peoples. I really enjoyed working with him. My favorite 3 sandwiches, I really like the Italian all wheat. Like that was always my favorite sandwich. But but what I would do is,
I remember that.
I put a little bit of marinara from the meatball machine. I take a little bit of that marinara and put it on the bottom and put it on the top. And then you do everything else the exact same. And it's just tomato with extra Italian shake and marinara on both sides. Oh, it was so good. And then sometimes I get a wild hair and have like a club.
Oh yeah, I used to get the hero and replace the
replace the roast beef.
No, I would replace what? Replace the ham.
What? No, replace the roast beef.
You're crazy.
No, you're wilding. No,
you take the ham off and I would put the chicken. You remember they had the chicken?
The chicken.
It's kind of bland in my personal opinion. Yeah, they had the sliced chicken.
Oh yes, I do remember the chicken. The sliced chicken wasn't terrible, but you're right. It was kind of bland in relation to like the turkey and the ham that they had. Like when you got turkey and ham that's so good, and then you got
the brisket and all the other meats with all the flavors in it.
The brisket was my second favorite. That was my second favorite sandwich. And the King's Hawaiian, when it was there, was my third favorite.
That one was always a hit.
Bruh.
And you remember when it first got there?
Yes.
The first time?
Yes.
The very first time.
I remember.
They took it away and brought it back.
Yes.
Took it away and brought it back.
No.
But the first time when that joint hit, the line was out the door for every day.
And we never could keep the buns in. Like the
buns. You remember we used to run out of the meat. Like we ran out of the cheese. We was running out of everything.
Listen, I just remember running out of the buns because everybody would be like, "Hey, can I get a whatever kind of sandwich?" But I wanted on that King Hawaiian bun. I'm like, "Nah, we can't do that."
When people started wanting to get like heroes and stuff.
And we was like, "Nah, if you don't get it
together."
So because people was ordering crazy stuff. Be like, "Yeah, let me get a steak," but I want it on that King Hawaiian roll. I'm like, I am not about to try and mash all of that steak on that little bun. We're not doing that. But nah, bro, it was a good time working at Firehouse. I really enjoyed the time we worked there. Shout out to all the people who have come out working at Firehouse. One of the people I work with now, she worked at Firehouse in Richmond while she was in school, which is fun.
I worked at a Firehouse in Petersburg. It was the worst ever.
Oh yeah, that was like the reason you quit
working
at Firehouse. You did.
Yeah, because she was evil. Like when we worked at the one here, well, the 3 here that I worked at all of them. Though. Even when people were mad, they were still relatively nice to you.
They still treated you like a person. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like
it's a job.
Yeah, and I feel like they understood, like, okay, it's a job, bro. Like, we're here to get the job done, and we're ready to go. But that person you was working with, they was on a power trip, bro.
It ain't like John would come in and talk to people and be super nice and ask you how school was and everything. Bro, she would come in there and you talking about 17-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids with their first job. And she was full on cussing them out.
Yeah, that's
like
wild.
They're grown, like they're 30-year-olds cussing at each other.
I mean,
like full on hitting you with the F word and calling you this and like
Nah.
And she never did that to me. But like,
because she knew better. She was like, "Oh no, I can't bring that energy."
Like I said, I asked one of the kids. I said, "Does she talk to y'all like that all the time? Because she'll never talk to me like that." He was like, "Yeah, she do that all the time."
And it's unprofessional and unnecessary. Like you do not have to behave that way to get a result out of people most of the time. So that ain't what we want to be doing. That ain't what we want to be doing. But hey, listen, now we on to bigger and better things. That's why we got real adult grown people jobs now.
Right.
One of the, one day we're gonna be millionaires, but in the interim we got grown people jobs.
Not the interim. I feel like the interim is gonna be longer than shorter.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be shorter if I got anything to say about it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
We gonna end it there. This has been the Pensive Brothers Podcast. I'm Elliot.
This is Aaron,
and we are out.